Imagine a world almost unrecognizable. A planet in the throes of a dramatic and world-altering transformation. This was our Earth during the Proterozoic Eon, a staggering 2 billion-year saga that unfolded from 2.5 billion to 541 million years ago. This wasn't just another chapter in Earth's history. It was the very crucible in which our modern world was forged, setting the stage for the explosion of life we know today. Forget dinosaurs and towering forests. Think of a planet dominated by microbes, vast sterile oceans, and an atmosphere that was about to change everything. At the dawn of the Proterozoic, the world was a very different place. The air was thin, almost devoid of the oxygen we breathe. But something incredible was happening beneath the waves. Tiny, single-celled organisms called cyanobacteria had mastered a revolutionary new trick: photosynthesis. For millions of years, these microscopic powerhouses were quietly pumping out a waste product, a gas that was toxic to most life at the time: oxygen. At first, this oxygen was absorbed by iron in the oceans, creating massive, banded iron formations that we still mine today. But eventually, the oceans couldn't hold anymore. Oxygen began to flood the atmosphere in an event so monumental we call it the Great Oxidation Event. It was one of the most significant environmental shifts in Earth's history. A planetary-scale chemical reaction that caused a mass extinction of organisms that couldn't tolerate this new, reactive gas. But for others, it was the ultimate opportunity. This new, energy-rich atmosphere was the fuel that would power the evolution of bigger, more complex life. While the atmosphere was undergoing this radical change, the ground beneath was moving too. The Earth's crust was cooling and stabilizing. Tectonic plates crashed together, forming the first true continents, and eventually a colossal supercontinent called Rodinia. Picture all of Earth's major landmasses locked together in one giant puzzle piece. The existence of this supercontinent dramatically altered global ocean currents and climate patterns, likely contributing to some of the most extreme ice ages the world has ever known. These weren't your average ice ages. We're talking about a Snowball Earth scenario, where glaciers may have stretched from the poles all the way to the equator, encasing the entire planet in a thick shell of ice for millions of years. It's hard to imagine life surviving such an extreme deep freeze, but survive it did. In the warmer patches of ocean or near volcanic vents, life clung on, adapting and evolving in this harsh, unforgiving world. These cycles of freezing and thawing would have created immense evolutionary pressure, weeding out the weak and rewarding the resilient. And it was during these tumultuous times that life took its next great leap forward. The simple prokaryotic cells that had ruled the planet for billions of years gave way to something new: the eukaryotic cell. This was a game-changer. Eukaryotic cells had a nucleus to protect their DNA and specialized internal structures called organelles. This new, organized cellular architecture allowed for much greater complexity and energy efficiency. It was the blueprint for every plant, animal, and fungus on Earth today, including us. With this new cellular technology, life began to experiment. The first multicellular organisms appeared, no longer just single cells floating alone, but cooperative colonies working together. Think simple algae, forming mats in shallow coastal waters, and strange, soft-bodied creatures that left behind mysterious fossils. These were the Ediacaran biota, the first large, complex organisms to appear in the fossil record. They were unlike anything alive today, quilted, frond-like and disc-shaped beings that inhabited the quiet seafloor in the final act of the Proterozoic. The Proterozoic Eon was a time of fire and ice, of microscopic architects and continental giants. It was a 2 billion-year journey that took a simple microbial world and transformed it. It gave our planet an oxygen-rich atmosphere, stable continents, and most importantly, the very foundations of complex life. The stage was set, the players were ready, and the curtain was about to rise on a brand new eon, the Phanerozoic, where life would explode in a dizzying array of forms. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey back in time. If you found this story of our planet's ancient past as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the history of Earth. Let me know in the comments what ancient world you'd like to explore next.